Okay, awesome. Well, hello, everybody. Tonight we're going to be talking about one of the simplest and most underused tools inside IngramSpark, the Share and Sell e-commerce tool. Michael toured the IngramSpark print facility and headquarters in Laverne, Tennessee, maybe a year ago.
Yeah.
And as a result, we've had actual personal connection now with people that work for IngramSpark, and it has really elevated our game, educated me, who has just navigated in the dark for years through IngramSpark trial by fire, basically. And so,
Well, and
when
next week we're going to be in Nashville,
we
and we're going to
will,
be meeting with the Ingram Spark people. So if there are questions that we can't answer, I mean, we've got a really strong relationship with them now. It used to not be that way. We spent our first 9 years putting people in Ingram Spark. We knew nobody there, and now we've got a rep that we work with. So we're going to be there. So if you have extra questions we can't answer, we will take it to them.
absolutely. And I'm hoping to learn more. I meet with my rep now once a month, and she teaches me tools like the Share and Sell. And then I'm so pumped to learn about this tool that I think is about a year old in IngramSpark, that I just couldn't wait to share it with you guys. So I'm glad that you're here on our call. So have you ever wondered how I can sell direct to my readers? How can I earn more per book sale? And how do I avoid a complicated e-commerce platform? I know all of you have. I don't even need the response in the chat box because I know you have. So this session is for you. By the end of tonight, you'll know how to create your own shareable purchase link and start selling directly. And I just want to say, because it says feel like an elephant in the room, I do get this question often. How can I sell to my friends and family at a reduced rate? Or how can I sell a large bunch of books to a group that I'm going to be attending or wants to do a study or wants to support my endeavors? And then kind of like the more political question that we don't obviously need to flesh out, but how can I avoid Amazon? Well, with IngramSpark anyway, Amazon is just one of their 45,000 retail partners. It's a big one, and it is worldwide, and it is the best platform for Illumify authors because even if you never market your book, you will have such a good chance of selling books because of this being the world's largest printer and distributor, which is IngramSpark, and the relationships they have with large retail partners. But tonight is not about that. This is about you and IngramSpark and your book, and that's really exciting. So the author's sale dilemma is that retailers take a large cut and that I have lower profit margins and that it's a complex setup and I don't know how to navigate it. And then there's the inventory management. If I order a bunch of books at wholesale and then I'm carting them around or I'm distributing them and mailing them myself. And then there's the shipping logistics. And as we have all seen that have ordered, shipping isn't real inexpensive either. So many authors rely solely on the major online retailers, and we don't have to be so captive to them after this tool is something that we're comfortable with. So those platforms are really valuable. They do take a significant percentage. They do reduce your per book earning, and they keep you from owning the customer relationship. On the other hand, setting up your own e-commerce store can feel overwhelming. Then you have to now manage payment processing and taxes and shipping rate and customer service. So this middle ground is called Share and Sell. Share and Sell tool allows you to generate a custom purchase link for your book. Then when readers click on your link, they land on a dedicated product page from IngramSpark. They purchase the book, IngramSpark prints and ships it, and you get paid. No inventory, no fulfillment headaches for you, and no e-commerce platform required. And this tool is currently available for the US and for the UK. They're hoping to have it available for Australia soon. So this wouldn't work if you were necessarily going to Spain. But it does work in the United States, works in the US, and hopefully soon Australia. So we're going to break this down, and I'm going to give you a live demo. But basically, there's 4 steps. You choose the book inside your dashboard in your account. And for those of you that don't have an account and soon will, like many of you I can see on this list that are going to be publishing with us this year, some of us, like Jamie Mansfield, has several books in her account, but so maybe she wants to set up a link for just the one book. A lot of other authors will only have the one book. So you choose the book inside your account. You generate a share and sell link with the e-commerce menu. You set a selling price, and you can even offer discounts. You can set purchase limits, and you can set expiration dates. And then step 4 is share it everywhere. It's that simple. It can take just a few minutes to set up. It's that simple. So let's do, and I just wanted to point out at the very top of the chat box, I put in 4 items that IngramSpark provided to me. They're mostly really overview infographics, but I think that they're kind of helpful, and they do have a website so that you can learn more if you want to deep dive and read more about IngramSpark's tool. But let's see, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to log in with permission to an author's account that I've already set up this tool so that I can show you what it looks like already set up. And then if anybody else wants me to, they want to volunteer their account, I'm happy to do that as well. So this bar over here on the left is kind of your menu. You can see that they have 2 versions of the same book. One is a paperback, which is called Perfect Bound, and one is digital cloth cover, which is the hardcover. Over here where it says e-commerce is going to be where you're going to find that tool. And so because I had already set this up, we can view their link history. So I just want to show you, and let me close this out here for a minute. They have actually set up a couple. They are going to a conference that Mike and I are going to in Tennessee, the Way FM conference. So they have one link for the paperback and one link for the hardcover. They have a start date and an expiration date, which you do not have to apply if you don't want an expiration. Like, let's say this is probably FF, Friends and Family. So they didn't put a start and an expiration date. So if we wanted to just visit the link first, let's see what they did for what I did, I should say, for this hardcover. This is what the landing page is going to look like for the people that get the link. And there's going to be 3 different ways that you can get a link. And we're going to discuss that in length in a minute. So look at that. Brought to you by Illumify. How fun. A little description, product details. I haven't actually seen how to order this. I know that I emailed them the QR code, the HTML embed code, and the URL code. And so that's what they're going to put on marketing materials to give to people. And it will take them to the order purchase page. Let's see if I can navigate around all this stuff. Let's see what their friends and, oh, I see. I just noticed that link was inactive, but this friends and family link that they established is active. They're probably going to keep it active. So you can see that their paperback is retail priced at $16.99. And for a lot of you that have already published, you know that like a target royalty for us, just for knowledge sake, for each author is no less than $3.50 per sale, whether it's paperback, hardcover. The ebook is a different animal, but just for the print version, we try to shoot with our authors when we're helping them set a retail price at no less than $3.50 profit per sale for the print version. So you can see this is a significant savings for friends and family. And what I was told when I met with my rep at IngramSpark was that you should at least price it $3 to $4 less than the sale price. You cannot price it lower than $3.50 because IngramSpark is going to charge a surcharge, like a service print surcharge of $3.50. So it can't be free. It has to be $3.50 or more. And it, you know, depending upon your retail price, but what she encouraged me to tell authors was that you want to price it a few dollars less than Amazon. Most people have Amazon Prime. Most people are buying books through Amazon because they can pay no shipping. So at the minimum, you want to reduce by $4, but you have a lot of lee room, and we will set up a link together in this account or in someone else's account, again, if they're willing to volunteer. So $9.97, and then this friends and family link is what it will look like because it's an active link. I'll add it to my cart. I can order as many as I want. And let's go back and look at their link for a minute because I don't think, yeah, they didn't set, I doubt that they set a kind of a minimum or a maximum, but I do, and we'll handle this when we talk about frequently asked questions. But right now, I can tell you that it does limit a single order to 100 books. So there is a limit, just period, but you can also limit it to be like, I'm only going to sell, like, let's say we were going to create a link and we were going to call it book launch event. And I only want to sell 50 books at this price. And when those 50 books are gone, then that link is no longer going to be valid. Or I'm only making it for the day of the event or for the day of the event and the day after. So we can set those kind of parameters. I'm going to, let's see what's in the chat really quickly, because if anybody would like to volunteer. Oh, good.
Jamie just texted me her login information.
Okay.
Do you want me to text it to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then was everybody able to access those PDFs at the
No, they
top?
can't. It didn't show up because it was before I turned on the webinar.
Okay, let me attach those while you're doing that, and then we'll log into Jamie's. Thanks, Jamie, for
Okay.
all right. There we go with those. Let me log out of their account. Thanks, Jamie, for being a guinea pig.
And make sure to share your screen after you log in.
I will. Just keep her login private. All right. Oh, and you could see really quickly, we're so proud of Jamie. She has you have 4 titles, I think, right? Let's go back. I'll just show you. Beautiful covers. She kind of cheats because she's an an artist, an art teacher. These are beautiful covers, beautiful books. Okay. So we're going to go to her e-commerce. We're going to create a purchase link. And if you ever forget, let's just go back. Remember I said 3 easy steps, and the 4th step was share. So if you want to just call it the 3 steps, but Jamie, do you have my cell number? Can you text
Real
me?
quick, did everybody see what Jen posted on the chat? Laura Schaefer said she doesn't see anything, and Jen just posted it. Nobody sees it. I wonder why.
Oh, okay. We can also email them.
Yeah, we'll include that in our email to you.
Yeah. I'm gonna say Jamie has my information. Yep. Okay, if Jamie texts me back, otherwise I'm gonna just kind of go rogue. Okay, good. There she is. Which book? Portrait of Deceit. Okay, so we're going to create a link. What do you want to name the link? You guys are going to be amazed at how simple this is. I can make it up. Okay. Let's call it friends and family, just because that does make sense. I bet everybody's going to want to do that. Do you want to limit the number of orders per link, Jamie? So, and let's see if we did say yes. Wow. Okay. So that's if you really, like I said, you want to keep it constrained so that it's not unlimited. Okay. So she doesn't want to limit the number of orders per link. Do you want to limit the number of books pulled? No, allow the maximum of $100 per order, or we can limit it more to like 25 books an order. Do you have an opinion, Jamie? It doesn't give us a lot of characters here. We're going to because she has so many books, we're going to name it portrait. Feel free to set it up the best for the demo. Okay, will do. So no, we're going to allow the maximum of $100 per order. And then we can set a date range, or because this is friends and family, and we might want to always just have this link available. Let's say Jamie, who is brilliant at creating beautiful promotional materials as well, she wants to create a bookmark with Portrait of Deceit's cover art on it. And it's specifically going to be a bookmark she gives to friends and family. And that has a special QR code, no date range, no limitations that she can use at any point to hand to a relative or a friend. So it's that simple. So if we weren't gonna, we could kind of play with this. If we did want to set a date, you can see that it's unlimited. You can set it up for 2 days, a week. So I hate to say it, but I feel like we've been missing this tool for so long. We must select a market. It's going to be US or UK. So we're going to say US. Now we're going to generate a link. Okay, now this is where it gets a little bit more tricky. So remember, IngramSpark is going to charge a $3.50 surcharge. Jamie, what's the retail price of Portrait of Deceit? $19.99. So let's see. It should automatically start calculating. This is a paperback, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So even if we took the $4 off, let's say, or $5 off, $19.99 would make it $14.99, right? So you can see on the right, it's automatically calculating her compensation. Her minimum purchase price, $9.47. That's interesting. That didn't happen to me with the other one. Let's see what it says here.
Well, that's based on the page count.
You're right. Yep, that's it. So your minimum always has to be the $3.50 share and sell minimum. So let's do.
You can just block out that number and just enter 14, I think.
Yeah, I was kind of just showing the incremental.
Okay.
Let's do $14.99. I don't know. We're all fond of $14.99 of the 99. So
Look at that.
Jamie would make $5.52 every time a friend or family person purchased the book. And then they get it at a reduced rate. So I think that shows you the value of this. And at any point, if we generate this link, just like it is right here, if at any point Jamie wants to edit this link, delete the link, she can. So she can change the price. She can run a special. She has all the control. So that's what's really nice. And we'll talk about this a little bit later in the webinar, but you can go back in then and view the link history, and we can see how many sales you've had with just friends and family for Portrait of Deceit. Or you can see how many books have I sold for this conference or for this author event. So you can see how many were sold just using that link, which is really, really nice. Okay.
Can I jump in real quick? What I love about this is that everybody's happy. You're giving somebody a discount on your book, but you're making more money than you would for more than $3.50 a book, and they're doing the printing and the shipping and the fulfillment for you.
Yes, absolutely.
It's a win-win-win.
Absolutely. And then what's going to excite you even more, if you're not already as excited, that number one, it's easy. Number two is that you can cut out retailers. Number three, you're going to make more money. But number four, it's unlimited how you can use this. So as soon as I hit generate link, do you have any change, Jamie, or can I just create the link just like with all these parameters? But as soon as I create this link, it's going to email Jamie a QR code. And all good, she says. Okay, an HTML. Okay, so Jamie, I'm going to have it sent to your text. It is a 2-step verification. Is it okay if I have it sent to your mobile? Okay. But you'll get a URL, a QR code, and an HTML embed code. So all three. So you can use them in different ways, and you're going to get really excited when we talk about the different ways you can use those. All right. When you get the code, let me have it, Jamie. Thank you. All right. Okay. So this is going to be her QR code. This is going to be the URL. That's the embed code. And some of us, and we don't need to be embarrassed, don't know what to do with an HTML embed code. We're just not in that industry to know what to do with all this, and we'll talk about that. So I've checked this box, send the QR code, the HTML tag, and the link via email so that Jamie will have all of this. So I'll do that. And before I get out of her account, I don't want to disclose stuff for Jamie, but when you guys are ready and working with your links with the Share and Sell tool, call me and we'll set up a Zoom call and I'll show you how to look for the sales for that. But you'll always see this link history here. The e-commerce tool is so simple, is that you can create the purchase link and view the order. So right now it's active. She can always delete it. She can visit it. She can edit it with the pencil. Super, super easy. Okay. I'm going to stop share for a minute. And because those PDFs were not shareable, I'm going to open that up. Go ahead. Go ahead, Michael.
Yeah, I reshared it and now they have it. For whatever reason,
Oh,
you sharing it didn't get to everybody, but it's not
well,
working.
okay. How rude. Okay. Okay. What happens with returns is an Ann Van Hine question. Good question. We will get there. I promise. But definitely, I have got a list of frequently asked questions because I had a ton of questions. So let's just talk about for a minute how you can use a standard URL. You can use that for social media posts. You can use it for email newsletters. You can use that for launch team mobilization. Do any of you feel like, and you can use it for a link in when you use your bio. So if you're putting it in like Instagram or LinkedIn or even your bio in Amazon Author Central, you can put that code in there. But I would be actually a little cautious of that because of Amazon. Amazon in the past has been really sticky about you trying to sell the book separate of Amazon. So maybe not on the Amazon page. Maybe that was bad advice now that I think that through. So, but in places where you have your bio and you maybe have your author website URL, then you can maybe add that link. But that's for the standard URL. For the QR code, we're so used to, because of pandemic, one of the best things to come out of the pandemic was QR codes, right? We're all experts now on how to use them. We know instantly that it's not a surprise when a restaurant has them. It saves on printing and everything else. You can use those for events. You can put it on promotional materials like tabletop displays. You can use it at book signings and conferences. Some of you, like I think even like George Griesinger is on our call, he had promotional material made. It was like a bookmark, a postcard, a foam board for a tabletop thing, a banner. I mean, it's endless. You could have it put on a t-shirt if you really get excited. So the QR code's a super easy thing to know how to apply. An HTML embed code is adding a professional image and a buy button. It would be really good on an author website. It would be really good on partner websites. So if you don't necessarily have your own, but someone else has listed your website on their page or something like that, or your bio, it would be really good on there. And it would be really good on event pages. So it's just a seamless buying experience. And I think we could just brainstorm all night about all the ways we could use this, but it's just wonderful.
Can I jump in real quick? On your author website, and I hope you all have an author website in your plans, you're best off putting this link instead of an Amazon link. I mean, I know Amazon, you're not going to get reviews, but you're sticking it to the man. I mean, you're able to bypass Amazon altogether and make more money by selling at a discounted rate. So, I mean, it totally makes sense.
It does. It totally makes sense. So let's talk about money. When you're selling through the major retailers, you're receiving a royalty percentage and distribution discounts apply. Some of you who have already published with us know that we encourage you to offer a very significant discount to retailers. The standard for Illumify is 53% when I'm setting up a new book for somebody in their IngramSpark account. The max is 55% and the minimum is 40%. The higher the discount, the more incentivizing it is for retailers to carry you. So this cuts out that whole portion. You don't have to apply that. So you get to sell the selling price, the printing costs are deducted, and you keep the remaining margins. So again, higher earnings per book using the share and sell. And remember about that $3.50 IngramSpark service surcharge, and the rest is profit. Use this for launch campaigns, speaking events, direct marketing, book launches, church or school sales, limited time promotions, holiday sales, after a podcast interview, during a speaking engagement, in an email newsletter that you send out during a holiday promotion. So instead of sending the readers to the retailers, send them directly to your IngramSpark and control the offer. So some of the strategic ways, in addition to that friends and family that we just created in Jamie's account, is you can run the time sensitive sale, which is why you could set the date, right? You could create event only offers, like we talked about, an author event, an author signing event, a conference, and you can set those purchase limits. So it offers a lot of pricing flexibility. You can offer a launch discount and then not offer it again after the launch is over. A private link for insiders like your launch team. You know, this I feel like our authors have been asking for this for years actually. And set expiration date and control purchase quantities. True marketing power is kind of the tool. So your best practices is to add that link to every newsletter. Use the QR codes at all events. Pair it with limited time incentives. Promote consistently. But the big thing is don't create a link and forget about it. You know, create a link and use it. Let's see if there's anything else. Yeah, you could even create some urgency if you say it's time sensitive. Like for 1 week, I'm selling my book at this reduced price. So I don't think I need to cover those key takeaways because I think you guys were really catching on. But just the final thought is this is direct to reader sales. It's one of the most powerful revenue tools available to independent authors right now. And I'm just thrilled that we can use it. So here's some of the frequently asked questions. What is the print turnaround time for a share and sell order? I think it's an excellent question. Many of you who have already are in IngramSpark know that it's not as fast as Amazon when you order a book for yourself at wholesale through your account. It can take 5 business days for paperback and 10 days, business days, all of an estimate for a hardcover. It takes much longer because a hardcover is a more complicated printing process. During high volume times like the holidays, that can be expanded a lot. During extreme weather events, which Nashville just incurred, they can get backed up. So currently the turnaround time at IngramSpark for just a paperback is 7 business days. Again, it's just an estimate. It can take longer, it can take shorter, and that's not including shipping. So it does require more forethought when you're ordering out of IngramSpark. So for the share and sell order, it will take the same time as it would take if you were to order out of IngramSpark. It can take at this moment right now, and I expect this to change very soon, it could take 7 business days to print and several days for shipping. I expect that to go back to 5 business days very soon. They're just catching up as they got behind during the extreme weather event that Tennessee and the South and the Southeast experienced a few weeks ago. So that's print turnaround time. Let's answer Anne's question about returns. If your book is set to be returnable, then you will get dinged with the return. A real standard for me when I'm setting up authors' books for them is that we set the book to be returnable but destroyed, not actually returnable. Returnable would then you would not only get dinged with the return of the book, the cost of the order, but you would get dinged with shipping. So we've made it so that in the US and in Canada, for the first year of a book, we like it that you make it returnable because it's incentivizing for retailers. Picture you're a mom and pop bookstore in the Midwest and you don't want to run the risk. What if I don't sell these copies that I'm ordering? I want to be able to like recoup my money if I can't sell these books. So in the past, this has been our standard, but because you're self-publishing, you get to make this decision. It doesn't have to be a returnable book. Some authors are not comfortable with it. We very, very rarely have seen where an author would get a return. And it's our suspicion is that it's often like an Amazon. The book sells a lot, then the book slows down and they have books in the warehouse and then they return the books. So at the most, we've seen maybe 2 or 3 authors get dinged with the return in the last, I don't know, 7, 8 years maybe. And it was a couple $100 for each author. So it is a risk, and I do want to be honest about that.
But if you put this on your website, people who know you, the chances of them returning your book are extremely small. I mean, because people know who you are. When they're buying off Amazon and they return the book, and they
Yeah.
don't know you, that's one thing. But I just don't see it happening very often.
Yeah, good point. So to answer Anne's question, I would imagine that it's still returnable, but you would probably get dinged, I guess, with the order cost, maybe the $3.50 charge. I don't know how they would, I can dig more when I meet with my rep, to ask, if the compensation, and some of you who are not new to IngramSpark know that you are not paid until 90 days after the date of the sale. So you're not paid a compensation when they ship the book, because sometimes things happen. An order is in process of printing and the process of shipping, and the person cancels the order. So they pay on a lag kind of delay, the compensation. So it may be that you also get dinged with that, but it is returnable. Um, is there a charge for the share and sell tool? No charge, just every time someone purchases an order, Laura, through that link you create, the $3.50 to IngramSpark for printing your book and shipping it will come out of your sale. I hope that answers that question. Is there a maximum number of links I can create in my account? No, there is currently no maximum to the number of links that you can create in your account. IngramSparks does limit a single order using a link to 100 books. So if you give an organization your share and sell link, they can buy 100 books per order. So if you're going to a really big conference, and you want, I'm trying to think. Let's say you're going to a big speaking event and it's 200 people. They might have to place two orders,
Well,
right?
if you're going to speak at an event, you just order copies of your book in a case to be delivered to wherever you're going, and you can
But
sell this in person.
that's true. But if they don't want to haul the books to the event, maybe it's out of state,
Yeah, they
and
have
they
to have
want
them
to
shipped.
sell the books, and they don't want to handle all the commerce at the event,
Right.
taking money, collecting the tax, all of that. They can just bring a promotional material like a bookmark with the QR code and let people purchase it right there, and it'll ship to them. A lot of people too, just in the discussion of conferences, I don't necessarily want to haul 3 books home. Although I might, because I'm kind of a book nerd. But is this available worldwide? I already addressed this, but IngramSpark only fulfills orders for customers that have a shipping address in the 50 United States and in the UK, and Australia will be available soon. IngramSpark suggests reducing the price enough to help customers with shipping, as most customers on Amazon use Amazon Prime and don't pay for shipping. So, for example, George, I'll pick on George Griesinger again, made his share and sell price $24.99. His retail price is $28.99. He will make $11.57 for every book sold instead of the $3.50 customary royalty that we set it up for. And then for the UK, if you ever want to just set the link for the UK, remember where it said you want this in US dollars or UK, which I think is euros, right? Make the price $1 or $2 less than the US price. So if you forget these things, I promise we'll give you notes. Can I offer my book for free? No, the minimum is $3.50 because IngramSpark charges the $3.50 print service surcharge for share and sell orders. Can I offer my book for higher than the retail price? Yes, you can offer the book for a higher than a retail price with a maximum purchase price of $124.99. Now we're just like works of art, right, Jamie? Your books can become as expensive as art. Can I delete the links? Yes, you can delete the links after you create them. Can my readers request tax exemption on an order? Orders will always include applicable sales tax. We are unable at this time, IngramSpark is saying, to process tax exemption requests for shareable purchase links. So this is important for people that want a book, for a church and they're tax exempt and they want to order it for a Bible study. They aren't able, unfortunately, they'll have to pay the tax. When will I get paid? We already discussed this. You'll get paid compensation 90 days from the end of the month in which the book was sold. Can I check sales from a specific link? Yes. To check reports, you look for e-commerce in your reports, and from the view link history portion under e-commerce, you can see the history. So if you have a separate link for each event, you'll be able to tell what you sold for that event. So Evelyn asked, can I offer the ebook version? So we don't typically, as a company, it's not been our model to upload ebooks into IngramSpark because Ingram isn't really meant for ebooks. We often, with again, with Illumify authors, every printing company, publishing company has different models for their authors, but we upload ebooks into KDP, which is Kindle Direct Publishing, because it allows us to run ebook promotions and do other things. Lynn, being a first-time author, everything about publishing is new to me. Yeah, it's overwhelming. Because I'm working through a traditional publisher, it sounds like this is not a sales option for me. Am I wrong? That it's possible, but your publishing company might work like ours and might have a model that has authors set up through IngramSpark. IngramSpark, again, is the world's largest printer and distributor. So I don't know what their setup is.
Well,
Mike?
traditional publishers aren't going to have an IngramSpark account. That is a platform created for authors. Now they probably the publisher end is called Lightning Source, and they might have an option on Lightning Source through their Lightning Source account to set that up. So yeah, ask your publisher.
I'm going to answer Allie's question in a minute, but I just noticed I missed Beth's question. Do you take the QR code off once the time frame has passed? I mean, most of us aren't managing our author websites and have a lot of computer background. So I would be careful what I put a limited time QR code on. If you set a time parameter, time constraints on that link, then I wouldn't put it on something that's difficult to take it off of. If you order 100 bookmarks and when those 100 bookmarks are gone, you know, and the time is up, then you're not so much panicked. I hope that answers that question for you.
Marla
Allie,
also asked about Facebook for
oh,
for
yes,
the link.
absolutely, Marla. Absolutely, you can put that link on Facebook. Yeah, I can't see any conflict with that. And I would think that the QR code would be one thing you could put on, or the URL link, right, Mike? Don't you
Mhm.
think? Okay. And then Ali King, is it best practice to sell the book at a discounted rate compared to Amazon? Everyone's going to have different opinions about Amazon. And by the way, Amazon does whatever Amazon wants to do. Amazon's even going to reduce the price of your book if they feel like it. You might one morning go find your book is a different price, or they say it's not currently available, which is not true because this is all print on demand. So it might mean that they're having a backup of orders. It might mean that there's um, uh, shipping issues or staffing issues, but it definitely is still available as print on demand. Um, you cannot necessarily control Amazon to answer your question, Allie. You can't just within the metadata in IngramSpark is and how we set up our Illumify authors is that when you sign off on your final files, I upload your paperback or your hardcover file. You and I have already discussed your retail price. We've discussed whether it's returnable. We've discussed what discount you offer retailers. That's the core. That is the foundation for all the information is available to retailer partners. So even though Amazon says it's a reduced price, you're always getting paid the same compensation from the original retail price that we set up.
So can I offer something else about this? So if you self-publish the book, you do all the work yourself, you create your IngramSpark account, you upload your files, and that's fine. I mean, this webinar is for everybody. If you have problems with Amazon, you won't have much recourse because they don't make their reps available to every IngramSpark author. If you're an Illumify author and there's problems with Amazon, there are Amazon reps at IngramSpark that can work on our behalf. So, what I like to say about Ingram is they're big enough that Amazon can't just kick them around.
Yeah, absolutely. It's two Goliaths is how I
Yeah.
always kind of explain Amazon and IngramSpark.
There's a
Those were
few
good.
more questions up above.
Those were good.
Laura Schaefer asks, is there a charge for this share and sell tool?
No, free. The only charge is when someone places an order, there's that $3.50 surcharge. And thank you. It's a pound sterling for the UK, not the euro. That's right. Appreciate that.
And then Craig Woodall has a question too. Selling this way, will it lead to bestseller lists?
That's
And it
a
won't.
It won't, yeah. And Craig, I just would be regretting if I wasn't honest with you. It's very hard to make a best-selling list. It's not that you shouldn't strive for something like that, but it's very rare that a first-time author would make a best-selling list, especially out the gates. Now, it's not unusual, and we're friends with the amazing Paul Young, who wrote The Shack. No one would even publish Paul's book, so he self-published, and then it blew up, and a traditional publisher took him on, and then that book later made bestseller list. But it is just really, really really rare. We do like to encourage authors to sell on Amazon and get as many reviews as possible. The little magic number that we tell people is 50 reviews. Start pushing your book up higher in the search history. So the more times someone even searches for your book in Amazon, it's all part of that algorithm, and the analytics is that, oh, this is a hot book. The more reviews, the more sales. So I hope that answers your question, Craig. I mean,
He also asked about only if we sell on Amazon. I mean, you can hit best-selling Amazon lists. A lot of bestseller lists will not include indie published books, and there are some lists that will, but I have opinions about traditional publishing and whatever, because there's a lot of arrogance on their part, which is why they've been stagnant since 2008. And then he asked, combine the sales of each toward a bestseller. Well, we can help you hit a bestseller list on Amazon easy. But when you're selling directly through IngramSpark, that's not going to be counted anywhere.
And we should clarify that Amazon itself has its own ranking system. The New York best-selling list is its own separate, that's its own thing. The Amazon's ranking system is internal in Amazon to all the books that are contained in Amazon. So somebody might be like number 215 in a category that even Amazon has assigned to them. Again, Amazon does whatever Amazon wants to do. So just be aware of that there are different ranking systems and different things. Donna Pika asked, how hard is it to reprice a book? So Don, because you own your own IngramSpark account, that changing that metadata is pretty simple. Even uploading a revised book file or any of those things. And you and I can do that together. If you want to email me and reach out to me, I'd be glad to help you with that. And then Michelle McCorkle used to sell on Amazon. Yeah, and you're right. I think IngramSpark is a vendor to them. It's a retail relationship. Can you clarify, Marie asks, by what means if you have problems with Amazon? I think is what Mike was saying, maybe, is that they actually have fairly good customer support with KDP and Amazon. I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, authors get their Amazon accounts shut down. Your brother had that issue with his book.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, they just terminated his account.
So, and we had an account terminated once because a woman put a buy link on her website. Oh no, it was it was on her website.
On her website, yeah.
And she included her website address on the back cover copy, and Amazon shut it down because it was competition, and they didn't like the competition. What they didn't check out was the buy link was actually pointing people back to Amazon. And so we had to communicate with them. And
you can often appeal to them. But I think Marie's kind of responding to what you were talking about. Like, you can't necessarily go argue with Amazon. If Amazon changes your retail price, Amazon's trying to make the buck. So if they drop your price by $1 or $2, Marie, when I uploaded your book into your IngramSpark account, you will, no matter what IngramSpark sells your book for, or what a third-party retailer, like a used bookstore, sells it for, you will always make the same royalty. Always the same. That's the bottom line.
But another issue that comes up, sometimes the title gets stuck in processing, and we've had 4 to 6 week waits compared to a few days for other people. And if you're on your own IngramSpark account, and you're not going to be able, you won't have any recourse. You're just going to have to wait. Whereas we can go in and we can say, hey, can you get IngramSpark or Amazon to rebroadcast the metadata so that your book will show up quicker?
Yep, that's true. Well, just know that the great development is that Mike and I now have a live person we can talk to, who we can go to with these things that we didn't have for years. Even before the pandemic, IngramSpark didn't have live customer support. And the difference is that Amazon actually, just like who was is it, someone was saying that they had a good experience with Amazon, Michelle. They do have good customer support. They just do what they want to do. That's the takeaway here. So would it be helpful to give you all the notes? And was everybody able to have the PDFs? But I'm happy to provide these notes in an email format and email them to you. And I'm happy to make appointments with you guys and walk you through setting these things up in your account. But don't be intimidated at all. It's your account. It's good to learn the tools that are in there. And this is just such a great tool. I can't imagine anyone not wanting to use it. Okay. Notes to be emailed. Make sure. Okay. Oh, and Marie, you also like the PDFs probably too. I'll make a note. We can include those.
Good.
All right. All right. Well, who's excited? I am. Yeah, George is excited. George is always excited. Michelle is excited. Um, I just think we always want to be empowering our authors. We want you guys to have the best chance at success, and this just seems to answer so many requests that we've gotten over the years. So
Yeah, and people are saying they're not able to download the notes, and I apologize. Some people are able to. Zoom's always changing their software, and even doing this webinar is different than when we've done other webinars, which is why I'm talking to Jen. I didn't know everybody was listening in, but it's just I don't know their newest version. There's probably some bugs. So
we all have to live with our technology, don't we?
yeah,
The love-hate relationship that we have. Made a lot of notes. Awesome, Laura. And you want to get an account now. I've never heard anyone be excited to get an IngramSpark account.
I
That
know.
makes me so happy.
Well, we fired IngramSpark for a year because we
We
were
did.
so frustrated with them.
We were. Yeah. How new is this tool? About a year old, Allie. Just to clarify, the price they pay includes shipping and taxes. Um,
I
that's a
think
really
tax is added on.
Yeah, tax is added on. Yeah, because tax is local to where it's being shipped to. So just keep that in mind too. Like if you go out of state for a book event and you want to sell your book, you have to apply that sales tax for that area, not just a sales tax from where you're from or yeah, tons of documents. Can't wait to see for upcoming launch. Me too, Beth. Super excited. Okay. I'm glad it was beneficial, Marie. Thank you for joining.
All right. Well, I think that's it then. So thank you everyone for your time. Look, we got this done in 50 minutes. So
So
we'll send everyone the PDFs. And Jen, thank you so much. You did a great job.
but I'm glad to have done it. I'm glad to be with all you tonight and look forward to talking to you soon.
Okay. Take care,
Okay.
everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye.